and welcome to another episode of the Elder Care Legal Digest. I'm your host, Karen Hector. Now, today I'm going to be speaking with you a little bit about the power of attorney, and specifically, we're going to be walking through some of the considerations for choosing the right person for that particular responsibility. If that is something that you are interested in, then do stick around for the rest of this video. Before I jump into that discussion, just to remind you that the information we're sharing on this channel is for educational purposes only. It does not relate to any specific person or case, and it is not intended as legal advice. If you need legal advice in relation to your specific situation, then you will need to consult with an attorney who is qualified and licensed to practice in your particular area. And yes, I am an attorney, but I'm only licensed to practice in St. Kitts and Nevis. So the law may vary a little bit in your jurisdiction depending on where you're watching us from. Okay. So that said, let's jump into the video. So thinking about a time when you might not be able to make decisions for yourself is not an easy task. For many persons, that is an emotional process, and it is one that is filled with uncertainties and the discomfort of imagining a time in the future where someone else needs to step in. But taking the time now to prepare for that possibility is an important act of care. And it is an act of care not just for you, but for your loved ones as well. Now, one of the most effective tools for planning ahead is the document that we refer to as the power of attorney. This is a document that gives someone that you trust the ability to act on your behalf, whether that means managing your finances, making healthcare decisions, or handling legal matters. With the right power of attorney in place, you can feel confident that your wishes will be respected and that your family will not have to face the unnecessary challenges if they need to support you during a difficult time. Choosing the right person for this role is a deeply personal decision. It is about finding someone who understands your values, who can handle responsibility, and who will always act in your best interest. In this video, I will walk you through what a power of attorney is, why it is essential, and how to select the right agent for your care needs. So we start with, what is a power of attorney? A power of attorney is a legal document that allows you to appoint someone, that someone is referred to as your agent or your attorney in fact, and you're appointing them to make decisions on your behalf. This person can step in whenever you're unable to make those decisions or to manage things for yourself, and that might be due to illness, injury, or incapacity. For the purposes of elder care, there are two types of powers of attorney that address different aspects of your life. The first is a financial power of attorney. This is a document that gives your agent the authority to manage your financial affairs. They can handle tasks like paying bills, managing investments, or even selling your property. The second document is the healthcare power of attorney. This is sometimes referred to as a healthcare proxy or a medical proxy, but it is the same thing that has different names. Now, the healthcare power of attorney allows your agents to make medical decisions on your behalf. This could include treatments, choosing care providers, or making decisions about end-of-life care based on your preferences. By having both of these documents in place, you can ensure that every aspect of your life, whether it is financial or medical, is properly covered. Now, why is the power of attorney important? Simply put, life is unpredictable, and none of us know when we might need someone to step in and help. Without a power of attorney, your family may face challenges in trying to help you. If you become unable to make decisions for yourself, your loved ones may then need to go through what could be a lengthy court process to gain that authority to act on your behalf. This process is known as an application for guardianship or conservatorship, and it can be both time-consuming and emotionally taxing. A power of attorney eliminates this uncertainty by ensuring that someone is already authorized to make those decisions. It also gives you control over who that person is rather than leaving that choice up to the courts. So, how to choose the right person as your agent? Choosing the right person is, of course, perhaps the most important part of the process, because the person will have significant responsibilities, and so it is essential to think carefully about who would be the best fit. So, what qualities will you be looking for? The first one I would say is trust. Trust is key. Your agent will have access to sensitive information, and they will also have decision-making power. So it is vital to choose someone who you trust completely to act in your best interest. The second quality that you'll be looking for is you want to make sure that it is someone who has the ability to handle pressure. Being an agent under power of attorney is not always easy. The person that you choose should be able to remain calm and to make sound decisions even in stressful situations. Another thing to look for is to make sure that the person is one who understands your wishes. Your agent should know what matters most to you, whether that is your financial goals, your healthcare preferences, or personal values. This will ensure that they can make choices that align with your priorities. You should also consider time and availability. The role of the agent can be very demanding, so make sure that the person you choose has the time and the flexibility to fulfill all of those responsibilities. You may also want to consider proximity. And although this is not absolutely essential, having your agent nearby can be helpful, especially for healthcare decisions that might require their presence. And finally, consider your family dynamics. Choosing a family member might feel like the natural choice, but it is worth considering how this decision might impact relationships going forward, particularly within the family. So sometimes a neutral party like a trusted friend or a professional advisor can be a better option. Now, how do you create your power of attorney? Setting up the power of attorney is a pretty straightforward process, but it is important to ensure that it is done correctly. Here is how you can get started. The first thing is that you will need to understand your needs. Decide whether you need a financial power of attorney or a healthcare power of attorney or both. Think about the specific responsibilities that you would want your agent or agents to handle. Once you have done that, then the next thing is that you will want to consult an attorney. An attorney can help you to draft the document and to tailor it according to your specific needs. They will also ensure that it complies with the laws in your area. Another thing that you must do before finalizing your power of attorney is to talk to the agent or the agents, the persons that you plan to give all of this power and authority to. So before finalizing the document, have an honest conversation with those persons and make sure that they're comfortable with the role and that they understand what is expected of them. Once all of that is done, then you will move to signing and notarizing your document. To make your power of attorney legally binding, you will need to sign it, and this is often done in the presence of either a notary or other witnesses. And finally, you will need to share copies. Provide copies of the power of attorney to your agent, that is the person that you've appointed, to your attorney, and any other key individuals, such as perhaps your doctor or financial advisor. And you will want to keep a copy for yourself. Keep it in a secure place, but also somewhere that is accessible. It is natural to feel uneasy about giving someone else control over your decisions. Many persons worry about the possibility of their agent misusing their authority or making choices that they would not agree with. But remember, you can include specific instructions in your power of attorney that outline what your agent can and cannot do. For example, you might allow them to pay bills, but restrict them from selling property without your approval. Furthermore, if you have gone through all the steps that we have discussed so far, then chances are you have found the right person and you will have nothing to worry about. Now, when should you create your power of attorney? There's no perfect time, really, but it's always better to plan early. Life is unpredictable, and having your power of attorney in place ensures that you're always prepared for the unexpected. While many persons think of a power of attorney as something for older adults, they're just as important for younger people. Accidents and sudden illnesses can happen at any age. Finally, review and update your power of attorney from time to time. Your power of attorney is not set in stone. As your life changes, you may need to update your plan. For example, you may want to appoint a new agent if your relationship with the current one has changed, or if they are no longer able to carry out all of those responsibilities. It is a good idea to review your power of attorney periodically, perhaps every few years or after major life events like a marriage, a divorce, or the birth of a child. Creating the power of attorney is about more than just preparing for the unexpected. It's about taking control of your future and ensuring that the people you trust can act on your behalf when it matters most. By choosing the right person and putting a power of attorney in place, you're making things easier for yourself and for your loved ones. It is a decision that provides clarity, reduces stress, and ensures that your wishes are always respected. So that's all for today's video. If you have any questions or concerns that you would like us to address in any of our future videos, please drop them in the comments below, and we will try to answer as many of those questions as we possibly can. And of course, if you find the information helpful, then do share so that others may benefit from the information as well. As always, we thank you for spending your time with us today, and we'll see you again in one of our next